AITA for telling my sister that she should have gone to college if she wanted a life like mine? Hello everyone. Please excuse my grammar. English is my fourth language and 100% self-taught. Also, this will be a long post. My sister and I are twins. 33F. We come from a culture where arranged marriages are an option. Not India. Mostly they are blind dates set by a matchmaker. And if you are compatible, you marry. When we both graduated high school, my sister, who was valedictorian BTW, chose not to attend college. She asked for an arranged marriage since all she wanted to be was a wife and mother. Nothing wrong with that. My parents, who are a love match, tried to convince her to at least get her bachelor's. She refused. I, on the other hand, started attending an engineering college. Computer engineering. A year later, she married a man that she met through the matchmaker. He is a very nice man. A teacher, and treats my sister like a queen. The thing is, he was just a freshly hired teacher. My sister went from living in a double-income house with parents being both high earners, a doctor and a lawyer, to a single-income house on a teacher's salary. I graduated at 23. Started working as a cybersecurity personnel for a big bank. After 2 years of dating around, I too asked for an arranged marriage. My husband is a business owner, real estate developer, and he makes a lot more than I do. He also comes from money. My sister didn't like him from the get-go. She even threw a tantrum, thankfully in private, in my wedding. Apparently the bride gifts he brought were tacky. More like very expensive. More than what her husband could get her. The problem is that my first child is now at the age where she will be starting preschool. We signed her for a private school. The monthly tuition is more than what her husband makes. When she heard this, she just exploded. She was ranting about how it's not fair that our kids will not have equal opportunities. How the only reason I could live like I do was that my parents chose a better husband for me. I became angry for how she treats me, how unfair she was to her husband and my parents. So I laid the truth on her. I told her I got matched with a better husband because I am a college-educated woman with a respectable job, and that wealthy men using matchmakers don't want 19-year-old high school graduates. Their standards are higher. I told her that her husband is a wonderful man who loves her. But if all she wanted was wealthy man, she should have gone to college. Now she is NC with me. She says that I am an elitist. So AITA? NTA. She's jealous, envious of your life because you decided to go through college and became successful. Also, how horrible she is to be talking about someone she presumably loves. Sounds like she was only marrying for money, not for love. You told her point blank what it is. If she wanted a wealthy husband, she should have went to college. Her decisions, choices are the reason why her life is the way it is. Also, it's her fault that her children won't have the same opportunities as yours. NTA. She's so jelly you could call her Smuckers. NTA. She's jealous of you and your husband's success. I don't really know how matchmaking works. But if I were to use one as a university-educated woman, I would want an equally educated partner, as we would be more compatible, especially in terms of life goals. My husband agrees. So I trust you that education plays a big role in matchmaking. And it sounds like her husband is a sweetheart. So she's being an awe to him too. First, 4 languages? Question mark, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark. Damn, op. That's awesome. You're NTA. Truth hurts. NTA. She needs to deal with her choices. What you said is accurate. Definitely NTA. You were harsh. But she's acting like a spoiled and entitled brat and being extremely rude to pretty much everyone. I'd say NTA. NTA and I too have a sister who never got beyond compulsory education and is consumed with jealousy of the life I led as a financially independent person with graduate degrees. I sympathize. Op. NTA. She made her choices just as you made yours. Your husband isn't better. He just makes more money. ESH her for being shallow and jealous. And you for that dumb comment. NTA. I am not sure how it is in your country, but in mine there's no guarantee that if you go to college you will be wealthy. My ex has a PhD, total of 12 years of higher education, but her aspiration was never to become wealthy. She just wanted to write and teach, which is fine, and I totally supported her to do what she wants. Because what's the point of having money if you aren't happy? Meanwhile, construction workers and waste disposal workers with no college degree can make upwards of $100,000 a year if they join a successful company. But it's still hard work. Your sister seems like she was never willing to put in any kind of work. You said all she wanted was to be a wife and mother. It sounds like you have been trying to gently tell her that she is in her current situation because of her choices. And we all have to accept responsibility for the choices that we make, regardless of how long ago in the past it was. Plus, matchmaker or no matchmaker, it takes time and experience in whatever industry you're in to climb up to a higher status role and therefore earn more. Your husband at 25 to 26 would have had more experience than hers at 19 to 20. Therefore, netting higher pay. No one is going to pay a 20-yo brand new teacher the same salary as the senior staff who have been there for as long as he's been alive. If she wanted a high-earning partner right away, she would have been a 19-yo looking for men in their like 40s to 50s, and that's gross. If you're not wrong, you're not wrong. Could you have been nicer? Probably. But why? She doesn't sound like she is nice to you. NTA. NTA. Them's the facts. I feel bad for her husband. He deserves so much better. She'll most likely never stop comparing your lives and blaming you for her decisions. Best to go LC or NC and ignore her as much as possible. Don't let her misery touch your life. NTA. NTA. Don't let her comments get to you. You are reaping the fruits of your labor. And from what you said, she has a wonderful husband. She should thank God for him. Sigh, this is hard. I really feel for your sister. Really important decisions get made when people are far too young to understand how much money matters. And that even if you want a simple life, money will mean way more than your teenage self could ever imagine. That said, no op. You're not an asshole, but neither is your sister. Also, I think you may be overestimating how much of your financial well-being was good luck versus hard work. Not to say you didn't work hard, but so do a lot of people. And I think you are also overestimating how much of your sister's situation is due to poor choices. Even if she did what you did, it could have ended up very differently. Jealousy and regret are horrible emotions, and I'm sure your sister is swamped with both. While her behavior is not great, compassion may have been a better option than telling her, essentially, that you are doing better because you are better. NTA. You told her the truth. Sometimes the truth is hard to hear. Is this Israel? Sounds like Shtisel. I want to say NTA. I also want to add that sibling relationships can be fraught, especially with twins. My sister has been complaining about my laziness for decades. My husband and I are recently retired literature professors. She and her husband also have Ph.D. degrees just like my husband and I. But for 35 years she has complained that we did not go into STEM. She and her husband were in STEM fields and became wealthy. My husband and I became solid, stable middle class. I have never asked her for money, but I now avoid her because of her boasting about big houses, big vacations, etc. We are aging and are not close. I think we could have been friends if she had not always claimed to be so superior. So I recommend that you avoid these comparisons. Also, I wish you the best of luck. You are twins. You will need each other in times of family challenges. NTA, but you guys both sound like the worst, honestly. She is clearly envious, but you clearly like to throw in extra details to make sure people know how great you are. Some examples. English is my fourth language and 100% self-taught. Apparently the bride gifts he brought were tacky. More like very expensive. More than what her husband could get her. The monthly tuition is more than what her husband makes. I can already tell when you talk about your life with her you are giving her the business in making sure she knows how much better things are turning out for you in a very condescending way. Oh sister, if you had just been like me and done this and that. She probably should just go NC with you for her own mental health.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic AITA is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.